Wales, and on the other side, it's a very, very cold South Africa, isn't it, Kyle?
Very cold.
So we're hot and cold, and tonight I'm hot, but some people say I'm always hot, especially women. No, I'm lying. I'm telling lies completely and utterly. Anyway, reason for being here, we're at this, it looks like a high diving thing, doesn't it, that thing at Kota, just as an aside.
It does. There's just no pool. You just, I think,
Yeah,
you hit sand.
Splat at the bottom, and somebody comes along and scrapes you up. Do not do this at home, ladies and gentlemen.
Some say that tower is so high you can see Snetterton from the top of it.
You probably can. You can probably see the Hamilton tree if it was actually there, but it's not anymore, unfortunately, due to the weather. But anyway, reason for being here. This is a Battle Circuit Season 2 promo. For those of you that have watched it before, it's the lights rally cars, the 300 horsepower beasties, around some nice tracks. Really, just gives it a different take, doesn't it?
Yeah. So this is Kota.
We have a magnificent
Circuit of Americas, for those that don't know what that stands for.
Yeah, I can think of other things that it stands for, but I'm not going to say them on here. Oh, God. But it should be good fun, this. It's actually a really good circuit for this. It proved it last season, didn't it?
Last season there was a really, really good race here. It was really good. It was actually... I thought it wouldn't have been as good. I thought it was one of those tracks I wasn't sure of. I knew it was perfect for the series. I just didn't know how the people would like it. It turned out, I think, as one of the favourites. So.
Yeah, it was. It worked really well. Ooh, that's a player. Is that Callum? Was that Callum?
It was Callum, yeah.
It was.
Because remember, he races on the controller, so the guys on controller usually get a really good launch off the line.
Yeah, true. Is he on the controller tonight, or is he on the wheel? Because he's got both.
No, with a launch like that, that'll be controller for sure.
Because I've got launch control.
Because both guys at the front there are on controller. The Napoli's also on controller, so he got a good
Max
launch
is
too.
on that as well, is he? Right, okay.
Yeah.
Mark Quirty always gets really good launch. Oh, that
big
went
send there.
Ooh, that was a proper full send. Well done to everybody for keeping on the track.
So not everybody here is in their liveries we knew from last season, so it's just a bit of learning for us this first race.
That's really confusing
we don't really know
for me.
what anyone's in. Gatapunk, he took last season's one, so that's easy for us. The Napoli also. Wistan,
What's Kenny in? Kenny's in his
livery. Callum is in his one from last season. Kenny's from last season.
So they're all right. Is that?
And then, that's Joff's livery from last season, but he's new. That's
I think Callum
Kieran
just flew that one. I think that just.
Anna Rock is in his livery from last season.
I think his car's a bit battered.
I think he's got a bit of damage there. He lost it down the straight, which would...
that would imply that his car is a bit like buggered, for want of better words. But in the meantime,
Kenny was last season's champion. He's there in that green car with the mouth, giving it a send.
Yeah.
Some information for those that don't know. I just found out Kenny actually has COVID right now.
COVID
he's
Kenny.
Driving. Yeah, he's driving at a disadvantage. So I said to everyone before we started, I said, if you can't beat Kenny now, you probably never will.
Yeah, you've got no hope. When you say that, it depends how he's feeling with it. Is he symptomatic? I'm not sure what happened there.
He says he's just like a normal cold for him. So.
Oh, well, that's not too bad. I wouldn't even know if I caught it. I don't even catch colds, so I don't know. Maybe I've had it. I don't know.
Look at those two bumpers on those cars
flapping.
Waving.
They are. They're flapping at each other. Hello, hello. It's like they're all trying to see. It's some sort of weird aerodynamic thing, isn't it, that we don't know about yet. It must help. It helps to
probably
disperse
throws
the
air in that direction or something.
Big
send there from Callum.
The only problem was he lost a whole bunch of time by doing it, but it was okay. You do that when you're in front.
Yeah, this is also the time to do it in your promo race. At least there's no championship points on the line. So
it's getting back used to it again, isn't it? Let's be honest. It's been a while.
Yeah.
But they are good cars. They are much easier to handle than obviously the supercars. That goes without saying because of half the brake horsepower. But 300's
Quite
enough.
quite a close battle here for second. We've got the punt just went through there late on the
Oh
brakes.
dear.
Kenny, ooh,
I think
Kenny got a bit of a nudge there.
I shouldn't laugh because he's probably cursing right now if he can. But
Kenny got a nudge out of the picture.
yeah, he got elbowed there, didn't he? I don't know if that was Tom who elbowed him, but it might have been. But that was definitely elbows out as they were coming into that corner. But I would imagine one or two single-syllable expletives might have passed Kenny's mouth at that point in time, because he's now back to fifth again. But what are we now? We're just into the second half now, into lap 5 of 8. We didn't even tell anyone, but the first 2 races are 8-lap races. The last one will be a 12. That is your normal format. And obviously you normally get more points for the 12-lap race because it's longer. And plus it keeps it open for anyone to sort of sneak in and have a really good one at the end. So it keeps each round open for a bit longer, doesn't it?
And it also doesn't mean necessarily like you could have a terrible first and second round, but you could actually end up doing really well in a third race.
You could redeem yourself.
It can be pretty balanced points wise at the end of an event. Like it's the last event obviously gives you a lot more points, and that is the winner of the event as it's the final race, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you've got the most points.
No. And that's why it stays open for people. They've got a chance to do something. Here's Mr. Ratcliffe. Hello, Mr. Ratcliffe. He's helping himself to lots of fun in... I'm going to... Look, I live in Wales, but I can't say Llanidloes or Llanidloes or whatever it's bloody called. But that's where he is. Mr. Smith is not here with us. He's not racing tonight, so he's going to watch this while he melts in the heat. Absolutely. You can melt in this heat.
Why is he not racing tonight? I thought he's available now.
Yeah, he is.
Job.
He is. He's just too hot. Bless him. How can you be hot? It's 31.8 degrees in this room. This is bloody hot too. Trust me.
We'll send you some of our cold from South Africa.
Yeah, we want that. I need to buy... I said this last year and then forgot. I need to buy a couple of aircon units. And then you forget, and then when it gets really hot again, you think, I need to buy a couple of aircon units. And
But yeah, so we've got a few people at the moment not racing because they obviously on holiday, or Palm, he's got load shedding.
Yay.
That's not a holiday.
No, well, it is a holiday. It's a holiday from electricity. But I bet you they still charge you for it.
Yeah.
You still have to pay for the electricity you're not using. Or something like that. Well, do they charge you for the electricity that you possibly might have used had you not had load shedding and therefore not used any? Just to make sure that the company don't lose money?
It works different in certain areas. Here in Cape Town, most of the places are you pay as you use. It's like you enter it in like a code and you get your electricity, and
so basically what you need is somebody else's code so you can use all the electricity and they get billed. Meanwhile, back in Kota, it looks like Mr. Di Napoli is going to take the first race of the evening.
He has, but the guys have caught him up. They've caught him up. He did pull a huge gap at the start, but we've got Wiston and Gatapunk there really closing that gap now.
Yeah, they're giving it large.
I think it was a slight moment of adjustment. Nobody's raced for a while, so...
Yeah, it takes a bit of getting used to. And Kenny is, considering he got slapped a couple of times, and he's got COVID, which is no excuse, mate. None whatsoever. Yeah. When you're watching this later, I think that's just a smoke screen.
Anyone that's watching this that's racing with Kenny in the future, just know he races a little slower with COVID. So just
yeah, he's definite. He's just, or maybe he's got a Lewis Hamilton car that's just going a bit slower and it bounces a bit. I don't know. It's got to be one of them. I mean, fourth is a good placing for.
We'll watch him next race if he bounces down the straight.
This is true. Absolutely. He could definitely be. Oh, Mr. Quirty was saying that he normally races F1 on Monday nights, but the new season of F1 22 doesn't start until the 1st of August. That's his reasoning behind that. F1, it's not a patch on Battle Circuit.
Yeah, I see more drifting and sideways here, so.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. The only sideways you get in F1 is when somebody cocks up royally. Anyway, let's have a look at those lap times then. 53.3 was probably the quickest, I think, off the top of that. Because they're the only two I saw. If you
There was a few there that were close.
Yeah, none of them were way out, like, but they were way out. One down, yeah, definitely that is one down from below standard racing, which I believe is Tom, is it not? Is that
Yeah,
Mr.
that's
Gutterpunk?
Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Gutterpunk.
I am trying to remember that. Below standard racing, I don't know what I'd call mine. Mine would be like, I don't know, below standard. Yeah, yeah. Journey to the centre of the earth standard racing. I don't know, something like that. Deep in the depths of the Ariana Trench. That really low. That low. Sort of 12,000 feet or, what is it, 14,000 feet below sea level or something or other. Allegedly. Put it this way, if you were down in there, you'd probably drown. It's just a slight possibility. The pressure would probably squash you to death, I would imagine, at that depth.
Yeah.
You might meet Godzilla and sperm whales and things. On a different note, totally random, why is a sperm whale called a sperm whale? Who decided it was going to be called sperm?
And on that bombshell.
I know, but it's just stupid. Does it look like sperm? No, it's 50 foot long. It's like, no. Anyway.
Okay, so Kenny's there in the front. We can tell because there's a big happy grin there on the front of his car.
That's definitely a grin.
Yeah.
And there's an owl behind him.
That's probably the same face he pulled when he got a bit of a knock in the earlier races. He probably pulled a similar face.
Yeah, I don't doubt that for a moment. It certainly I did with one or two expletives, no doubt. All because of COVID, of course, nothing else. I want to know now, COVID-19 started back then. I mean, it's now 2022. So is it not COVID-22?
That's a good point as well, because it has probably evolved since then. But
into like 97 different variants. I mean, there's a variant in every town, isn't there? You've got I don't know, you've got the Cardiff variant, which it just makes you go, all right, mate. Well, no, it doesn't actually, but it just makes you say, whose coat is that jacket? No, it doesn't. Anyway.
We've got our last race winner starting at the back this time, but he'll get a good launch on controller.
Yeah,
also, Callum coming through there, you can see. Another great start there from Callum.
I know Kenny's starts aren't because he has the longer gearing ratio.
Ooh, Callum ran it wide though.
Yeah, I was about to tell him that was a corner because I just thought he was going to carry on. But yeah, Kenny uses the longer gearing ratio, so it doesn't max out at 114 miles an hour.
Yeah.
So his starts are slow, but you make up for it. You make up for it massively. So I think now he's there, I'd expect him to stay there, barring any
Kenny,
mistakes.
Callum, and Wistan there behind him.
Wistan up to fourth.
Wistan, he only joined the last couple of races last season, but he always was near the front.
He picked it up well. Yeah, he picked it up. He picked up the. I would imagine he'll probably do pretty good in the rally fighters as well if he's in that.
It's definitely going to be interesting to see how he does, and also I'm keen to see most of our new guys. Also, Artem might join for that. I thought Artem might join tonight, but
was that Roy again?
I don't know what happened there.
I think that was Roy. I got a feeling it was Roy.
Let's check. Yes.
I think he lost that coming out of a corner, possibly. Just under a bit of throttle there as somebody else went wide. It might have been. No, it wasn't Tom, was it? Obviously, Wiston now has got himself there. Yes. Callum's still doing all right. 2 laps in. Oh, just wants to take it easy. It's a question of driving it within yourself. Don't throw it totally, because if you throw it totally, you'll lose control. It's just
to be honest, Callum did pretty well last season. I was pleasantly surprised.
He did all right. He's just got to learn how to control that power slide a bit better,
Yeah.
which he will.
And I think because he used controller last season, I'd like to see him use his wheel.
Yeah, it'd be better
In some of the events.
It'd certainly be better.
I think he'd enjoy it more.
Yeah, I do. Oh, he's turning in, and Max was just inside
Napoli
him.
up the inside.
Again, it's improving the spatial awareness as well in this sort of racing.
Ooh, he goes wide. He's done that a few times on that corner.
I mean, that probably cost him. He might have got in front of Di Napoli without that. He might have been able to stay in front. I mean, obviously this is all playing into Kenny now, because as long as he don't make a mistake, he's got clear track in front of him. So 1.5 seconds.
One of those cars is definitely maxing out there.
yeah, you can hear it go like that. Sounding like somebody's got the Flymo lawnmower out, haven't they? And they're giving it full beans. That's how I look at it. It's like, oh man, it's funny then. But he's doing all right. He's doing okay.
Let's take a look here. Got the punk also. Strange that he's sort of at the back where he is. He's probably made a mistake somewhere, but catching up there.
Yeah, he'd be hoping to make his way through. We're only halfway. We're at the halfway
Big
point.
full send there, and around goes M9 there.
Yeah. Oh.
How would you say that name? Roy does the same there, exact same line.
Shit, M9.
How would you pronounce that name if we didn't just call him M9? I wouldn't know where to start with that name.
M9 Nez, does it say after it?
It's M9 Snake.
Oh, yeah.
I have no idea. Let's just call him M9. That's easier.
Yeah. Or even M.
Yeah. Not to be confused with some kind of BMW model.
Yes, this is true. That hasn't been invented yet. They haven't got to a 9 series yet, I don't think. But I think they stopped at 7. Oh no, we did have the old 8s, didn't we? The 850s and the 845s, and that was around early 90s. Because I remember my old boss had an 850i, amongst other cars, which was quite a beast back in the day, if I remember rightly. I suppose if it's got a 5-litre engine, it should be a beast, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
That's all to be said.
So as you can see here,
Weston's
definitely not slowing him down.
That Weston's caught up though, a tad, only about 0.2, but he has caught up a bit. So whether Kenny's feeling it a bit, I don't know, or whether it's just a case of, you know what, I don't have to full send this. I just need to. There you go. That's me saying I just need to maintain control. Oh, something happened there, just out of shot, but it's not sure whether that was Callum.
Also, Di Napoli catching up there by the looks of it.
Yeah, Max is gaining. He's getting there slowly but surely. I think Tom's trying to make a bit.
Just as I said that, he looked like he almost lost it, but he saved it there.
He's probably trying to push it a bit, isn't he? Especially if you try and overdrive something like this, then you're gonna struggle, I think. But he got through that corner pretty well. Like you say, the full send looks great, but it loses you so much time.
Yeah, especially in these cars, you actually go much quicker without it. In these,
you just haven't got, you haven't
they
got
don't have
600
that power.
horsepower.
The supercars,
Yeah.
Supercars can break out of that slide again. These cars, not so much.
No, 300 doesn't do it, but I mean, 300's not bad, especially in a small car like that.
Although I must say there is one or two people I've seen that send these cars that manage to keep the speed up. I don't know how.
No, I mean,
remembering back to one of our old seasons of Rally Fighters where we had the light cars, one of the drivers that did it well was Carlo Matsutsi.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
he used to send it quite hard, and he was quite fast in these.
I think that if you're gonna try and do something like that, I would imagine that the best way of doing anything would be to try and keep the revs high. It's easier said than done.
Can't kill the revs, otherwise you're not going anywhere in these cars.
So they're probably better off trying to screw third gear or fourth gear or whatever gear it is. But they'd obviously, be doing their level best to rev it really high all the way through. But
So last season we saw a lot of this livery, but that was Joff.
Yeah, that's true.
Joffson.
Otherwise known as
Where's
Martin.
that guy?
He's away. He's away enjoying himself. How dare he do things like that?
How dare you go on holiday when there's racing to be done?
I know. I mean, it's just wrong. So Kenny has redeemed himself. 53.3. Yeah, about 53.3's been the fastest. I think that was in the last race, 53.3 as well. So don't think anyone's got under 53 yet. It might come, but I don't think anyone's got under there for the moment. And here comes Roy. Good credit for keeping going. Again, it's a case of, I just think, like for Roy, it would be a case of just getting used to these cars. I don't think they've ever been his favourite to get used to.
And it's difficult. I did a race at the end of last season, and the guys are quick. They're very quick.
Oh, they are. You can't make a mistake. Otherwise, you're never going to keep up. Oh, actually, Kenny did 52.6.
Sometimes, like in these, you feel like you're going fast, but then you race with these guys, and you're not going as fast as you thought you're going.
Definitely not. The top three all did under 53, so 52.6, 52.5 for Whiston. I think 52.9 was Di Napoli there. So 52.5, so will anyone get under 52, I wonder? I think you'd have to do a pretty perfect lap to get under that. I think you'd have to make sure So it's 12 for the last one.
So now it's 12.
So we've had two different winners so far. Are we going to get a third? Who knows? Weirder things have happened. I just don't know what they are yet. It's all right. And on my TV, it's showing the news, showing all these people going to the beach because it's nice and hot and sunny. And they're all going out there to look like lobsters. It's great, isn't it? You know, you got somebody who hasn't seen sun for like 97 billion years, and they've got milk bottle skin, and it's like, oh, I'm going to go out in the sun for 3 hours and then wonder why I've been sunburnt. It's great. It's a great British tradition. You know, go out in the sun, and then at night, just stand on your patio. You don't need any lighting because you'll glow that brightly. You just light up the street. It becomes a red light district because everyone's like shining. It's really weird. Oh dear. No, I don't think I go to the beach. My days of going to the beach are long gone. Oh, Callum's on the front row. You know he's going to be so excited by that. He'll be doing everyone's head in now.
Did we lose somebody here? Why does it seem like there's less cars?
There's 6, not 7.
Callum, got the punk, Rock, Kenny.
We missed one. Who did we miss?
Josh.
Yes. Mr. Wistan. Where'd he gone?
Yeah, Wistan has vanished. I think he said he might have had to leave earlier, so it could have been what happened.
Yeah, that is possible.
A couple of the guys said that actually. I believe Guttapunk is on standby for work, so he could vanish at any time.
Yeah, if you're on call, it's par for the course, isn't it? You don't know if something's going to come in or not. Hey, as long as you get paid for the privilege, then that's all good. Josh had to go. Right, okay, yeah, Tom was just saying Josh had to go. And in answer to Mark's question, is Kyle racing Friday in ACC? He's going to have a go. I don't know whether he'll actually be racing, but he is going to have a go. And Mark has just said...
I don't know what my load shedding is that night. I'll have to check.
And Mark's just said Callum's going to sideswipe somebody.
We'll see. We'll see how can he do it from the front though. I think let's see. I think he's going to overshoot turn 1. I think that's what's
he probably will. He probably will, because he'll get his start, and then he's come out at the right angle, but.
Oh no! He cut turn 1.
Totally the opposite.
Yeah.
It looked as if it was going to be. It looked as if it was
very much
be
overcompensated. He just went off the other side of the track to what's the normal.
Apart from that, it was actually quite a good trajectory that he took. If you kind of moved it over about another meter in terms of scale, then he wouldn't have cut it. He would have done it perfectly, 2 off and 2 on. But
definitely. But the 2 controller guys out ahead again, so that's one advantage for controller. Good starts.
Yeah, they do. Like I say, probably even better now over the longer distance for the likes of Kenny, who are using, like I say, the longer gear ratio, pretty rubbish starts, because they are pretty sluggish.
Yeah.
But once you get going, I mean, you watch him down the straights, if he's alongside somebody, that always a bit tight between him and Tom, but I think they both did the right thing there. Both tried to go. Kenny went narrow, Tom went wide. So I think they made sure they avoided each other with that one, in all fairness. But yeah, Callum's going to be excited. Kenny's up into second now. And I would imagine
big full send.
Yeah, which is...
I think Kenny's probably going to go up the inside there. No, he's still behind.
No, he stayed. I thought he might, actually. But the next straight, if Kenny doesn't get past before the next straight, then as soon as they get to the straight, Callum's going to max out at 114 and Kenny's just going to go past.
Ooh, he almost lost it on the curb there.
He did. See, Kenny, towards the end of here now, should start getting past. Just not quite long enough for him, but he's...
Callum's holding that inside. He's not letting anyone through.
No, he did well, actually, to defend that, in all fairness. That was really good defending. Because he held it, but he also kept it for himself.
Yeah, he said to him, "You got to drive around me if you want this."
Kenny's gone for it here. He's gone for a late break-in.
Callum doing pretty well here, actually.
These three...
Kenny back into second.
There's a gap here. These three have got a nice little gap. And Di Napoli's in last. Roy's doing better this time. So
this is a race.
Yeah, this is where it is at the moment. This will be interesting to see if Callum can hold his nerve. No disrespect, but I don't think he will.
Kenny's got the inside line here. That's the thing.
Callum had a wobble. Did well to keep that.
That was close. Callum's probably going to try look up the inside here, I would imagine.
Or Tom's got past.
Sticks on the back of him now.
The thing is, if he stays up with these two, he's doing well, because these two, can be well. We know Kenny's quick, but Tom can be quick as well. So it also
remember Tom almost won that one race. I can't remember the track, but he almost won the one event, and then he ran out of fuel.
Yeah, that's why he was doing well. His car was lighter than everyone else. But no, it's one of them where you think. I think with these cars again, once you get the hang of them, it's like anything. The more you practice, the more you get used to the physics of the car. And I mean, it goes the same with anything, doesn't it? But I think even more so because there is so much time to lose or gain in the cornering. Anyone can go fast in a straight line. The thing is to maintain that speed through the corners, and it's easy to say, not so easy to do.
Yeah.
But practice makes perfect. If you can maintain that and carry that speed right the way through, then you're going to do well. Simple as that. But it's an art. See, Callum's taking those corners far better now. He's not losing.
This is the one where he used to overshoot as well.
Yeah, and he's still going to overshoot,
slightly
but better.
Overshot, but not as bad as before.
Mark's just saying, got the punk, send it. Look there, sat there in your bloody caravan in a nice country lanes, or no, country lanes, that sounds a bit weird, doesn't it? No.
Full send.
But he's out there in the countryside, in his caravan. It's not one man and his dog, it's one man and his dog, and his missus who's going to tell him what to do. And that's Laura. He'll come on here now and tell me he's lying.
All of these three at the front now pretty much pulling the same gap between each other.
Yeah, you got like Kenny's managed to work like a second out, and again Tom's got a second. It doesn't look that, because it's quite, but he just needs to rein it in, and that's, I think he might have just cut that last corner.
Big drift there from M9 as well.
Yeah, he's gone. Or do we call him Snack?
Could. We'll have to ask him what he goes by.
Yeah, maybe he lives near the M9. I don't know. It's a motorway. It's a motorway. But they're having a little battle here. Him and Di Napoli. I think Di Napoli's obviously met
shed some
hard.
parts.
Yeah, he's definitely gone for. Is that called load shedding as well? I don't.
Yeah.
A different type though.
I think he's heard us talk about it on the group a lot, and he's a bit confused.
Yeah, he maybe thinks he's missing out, so he wants to chuck some in. Again, we're only 7 laps in, so anything can still happen. And it really could still happen. These two would hope to try and catch up with Callum, but
big full send. I'm liking the full sends. They look great.
Something happened to Callum there because he lost about a second. Oh, he's over rotated Di Napoli. Was it Di Napoli or was it M9?
Was it?
Yeah, M9.
M9.
Yeah. I just saw him over rotating.
I think he did that before as well on one of the previous races. He just sends it a bit too hard, but it looks great for the camera. But
it's not good for the racing.
Not so good for the lap time.
Yeah, again there. Whee! There you go. It will cook the tyres as well, which will make it really, really difficult, I would imagine. I mean, you overcook them.
Still a similar sort of gap between the front two.
Yeah.
Take a quick look here at the Rock.
He's done some load shedding as well. Didn't want to miss out on that.
Yeah, really, well, he's used to it. He lives in South Africa, so...
This is true. See, his corner in there is good. He's not losing... He's actually taking really good trajectories, so... There's something else that's causing him a problem.
His lines are good. He's got the right lines. He's just maybe not on the gas as much as he should be.
That's maybe not the right line.
It was quick.
Yeah, it definitely was. Let's just basically.
But with these cars, what's different to these compared to maybe other cars in the game is you want to keep them revving high. Yeah. And in a lot of cars, you don't want to keep them revving high because you damage the engine. So if you're coming from other cars into this one, sometimes that can maybe throw you off. Maybe it's just not revving it high enough.
And that's where you just, basically, the engine just dies, for want of better words.
Yeah.
I mean, you can hear it. You can hear him. I think he's stuck between two gears, deciding which one's better for the corners. Yeah. Because it sounded there that he'd maxed out a gear. Because you heard it blip. I did hear it blip. So he might be between third and fourth or something like that. I don't think it's second and third. That would be far too low, I think. But it sounds like he's having trouble with the blipping gearing. Like, I'm hearing Kenny going round that corner, and he still sounds quite comfortable.
Kenny's always comfortable. I don't think I've ever seen him not comfortable in any of the cars.
No, I just think, I mean, if you can drive, you can drive. That's my argument. You know, if it's got wheels and an engine, you can drive it. If you've got capability. Again, with any of the cars, I mean, I can drive these. The supercars are difficult.
There from Gatapunk.
Yeah, he had a go there. The difficulty for me with the supercars is not so much all that, it's the physical aspect of it with the arms. That's my problem with that. Otherwise, I'd love it to bits. But driving them around a track like this would be great fun. But I can't be quick enough with my arm movements to be decent in the high-powered cars around a rallycross circuit. Unfortunately, but it is what it is. I have a go every now and again when we're having a bit of a laugh, but not in proper racing because I'm just going to get in people's way, unfortunately. But in these, yeah, it's a riot. I quite enjoy driving these. These are really, really good fun because if people watch this, whether it's now or 3 weeks, 3 months' time, whenever, if you come across race space and go, what the hell's this? These cars are a riot to drive. Trust me, they are a riot. They really are good fun.
And you can join us by just joining our Discord channel, which you can find the link to in the banner of this YouTube channel. And just sign up, say you want to race, and it's available to anyone.
Yeah, and then we'll shoot you. No, we won't. We will take you with open arms and take you to the shredder. No, we will allow you to come in and join us. Of course, hey, the more the merrier. We're a racing community at the end of the day. We don't just race together. We like to have a gas and talk crap. You know, we're blokes. That's what we do.
Big full send over the line for Kenny.
Oh, yes.
Big full
Tom
send over
thought
the
he'd
line
do the
for
same.
the Punk.
Who's going to do the best full send over the line? Is Callum going to go backwards?
Callum going to follow suit.
Is he? Nah, that's a boring finish. He tried to, I think, but I don't think it worked. Come on, Max. Max is going to do it. He's got to do it. I'm just waiting for somebody to go across the line backwards. No, I think he tried, but it didn't really do anything. Go on, Roy. Go on, Roy. Go on. Go on. Go on. Go for it. Go for it. No. No.
Just the front two.
Yeah, it's just... Everyone wants to go backwards.
You look a right idiot, though, when you mess that up and you don't actually cross the line and you end up sitting in front of it.
You end up last. Again, look at all those lap times. See, Roy did 53.9. He can do the lap times are there. And he's definitely capable. There's just something. It'd be interesting to talk to him at some point and find out what it is about it that causes him a problem, and then see if we can do something there.
I think it's that, like what I was saying earlier, is this is a kind of car that you got to drive like on the limit the whole time. You got to like kind of abuse it.
Sorry, I'm just laughing because I'm looking at the chat. I guaranteed you should hear Callum. He's going crazy. Yeah, because he finished third. And his rating's up to F. He's not a U anymore. Oh, well done, mate. That was a good third place finish. But again, it's good fun. Forgive the pun, but it is fast and furious, isn't it? Let's be honest. It is.
Yeah. So this is our promo for the second season. Hopefully that's going to start soon. We just sort of haven't been so active with our streams and stuff lately because of all this load shedding and just a lot going on at the moment.
Yeah,
but we're looking to get
summer
things
as well,
running again.
But summer over here, you lot can freeze your balls off.
Yes, yeah.
But I'd swap with you. You know, you can come over here and boil your nuts off, and I can go over there and actually walk around in a t-shirt and shorts in your cold weather because I'll still be hot.
I'll swap happily. I grew up in the Middle East, so
yeah,
it doesn't bother me.
Oh, I hate it. I hate it with a passion. I'll be having a cold bath later. It's a lovely bath full of cold water. Anyway, last thing I was going to say was Mr. Ratcliffe was saying he could imagine Callum going crazy. What, you can imagine Callum going crazy? Really? Seriously? And then Callum went, "Ree!" or something like that. Probably said more high pitched because I don't think his nuts have dropped yet. But but no. Tom was saying he was trying to put him off, telling him that he was going to choke. But it didn't work. He had a good race. That was good. That was a good race. Hope everybody enjoyed it anyway. So, because it was a damn good laugh and it was damn good fun. And if you like what you see, that's what Battle Circuit's all about. So, don't just sit there and be passive. Get in and get involved. As Kyle said, all the info's there. If you want to know, obviously, the Discord, it's all in the YouTube. You can get onto us there if you want to send K9
and you'll
a
see
PSN.
in the next coming weeks, you'll see a couple more promos for a few other things.
I definitely will.
So tune in.
Yeah, get off your couch. Stop being a lazy couch potato. And what's the opposite of a couch potato? A chair grape? I don't know. I've absolutely no idea.
What's the opposite of a couch? I have no idea.
This is true. Yeah, because that's a 3-seater settee. But the opposite of a couch? I don't know. I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I really don't know. What's the opposite of a seat? Standing up? I don't know. I mean, can I have a 3-seater stand-up, please? No, you can't have one of them, can you? Anyway. Enough of all that rubbish. Hope you enjoyed what you watched. We'll be here again on a Monday night at 7 p.m. That's 7 p.m. UK time, for those of you that want to know.
But 8 p.m. South African.
Absolutely. And whatever time everywhere else in the world, depending where you are and what time zone you're in. But if you want to be here, be here. And we will hope to see you soon, or maybe race with you or something like that. Get yourself involved anyway. It's more fun. Right.
Thanks
Are we
for
going to
watching,
go?
Guys.
Time to go. So, see you again
Cheers.
sometime very soon. From him and me, it's ta-da. And if we press the right button, we might even end. But have a good time. Stay safe and don't boil to death. Unless you live in South Africa. Don't freeze to death.